And why did you do
I did my nose because I didn't like it. I'm a very open person. If I don't like something, I change it. And I didn't like my nose, so I changed it.
Okay.
Shadows move across a shining stage as flashing lights follow them, revealing a family that has always been famous for reinventing itself.
Invention.
Get your hands on a LaToya, and you never let go. Yeah, the compact with the big back seat.
Toya Jackson's transformation has been filled with controversy, resilience, and questions that still remain unanswered.
But I have lived my life for my family and for my parents, and now it's time to live my life for...
Breaking free from hidden chains and appearing unrecognizable. Her journey is the untold story of a woman who survived the world's harshest spotlight. Enter the Predator. The night Toya Jackson met Jack Gordon at the 1984 Grammys marked a pivotal turn in her life. Gordon, a seasoned businessman with a checkered past, swiftly ingratiated himself with Joe Jackson, becoming an integral part of the Jackson business circle. By the late 1980s, he had transitioned from co-manager to the dominant force, steering Toya's career. Joseph Jackson suggested that Gordon may have been armed, and as his influence over his daughter grew, family members watched uneasily.
Oh, man. Jack says you're dating a Chinese guy now? Good morning, LaToya.
Gordon was 18 years older than LaToya. Under Gordon's management, LaToya's image shifted dramatically. He persuaded her to pose topless for Playboy, a move that shocked her conservative family. Katherine Jackson voiced fears that Gordon sought to isolate LaToya and control her future. As Gordon's influence over LaToya deepened, the world watched in astonishment. Before everything changed, a compelling brother-sister bond united LaToya and Michael. What happened when Michael performed Forever, though? Let's have a look at this remarkable image that has been making an impression. The image shows a woman who closely resembles LaToya Jackson appearing much slimmer with noticeably different facial features. The dramatic change has led some fans to speculate that she may have undergone cosmetic procedures or other body modifications. Following the loss of Michael Jackson, she has spoken publicly about the emotional impact his death had on her health. Whether this image is genuine or not remains unknown, leaving fans to debate its authenticity. What do you think of this image? Let us know in the comments. The forgotten lyrics. Before superstardom transformed Michael Jackson into a global icon, there existed rare moments of authenticity that revealed his playful human side. In early 1983, a grainy home video surfaced, offering an unscripted glimpse into Michael's world. The footage, often misidentified by fans as a performance of Forever, actually showed Michael and his sister, LaToya, sharing a spontaneous rendition of the Jackson 5's Never Say Goodbye. Michael lost all sense of the song's lyrics halfway through, and instead of being embarrassed, he burst out laughing. "You take it." His witty response, in which he admitted forgetting the words, showed a modesty that was missing from his carefully crafted public persona. Spotting the camera, Michael playfully asked for a break, referencing his own vanity and creative drive to make magic. LaToya's teasing only added to the moment's charm as Michael proudly proclaimed his Indiana roots. This light-hearted exchange between siblings stands as a timeless snapshot of joy, vulnerability, and the unbreakable bond they shared. Breaking from Jackson's, a public split shakes the Jackson image. What drove LaToya's defiant departure? In the early 1980s, LaToya Jackson made headlines by stepping away from the iconic Jackson family brand, marking a dramatic chapter in pop culture history. Official press releases and a series of high-profile televised interviews documented her decision, but her personal journals later revealed deeper family discord. Behind the scenes, conflicting accounts emerged from siblings and managers, each pointing to intense struggles for creative and financial control. As LaToya pursued her own career, rumors and speculation only intensified with tabloids reporting on every twist and turn. The split not only reshaped her public image, but also fueled persistent questions about the power dynamics within the Jackson dynasty. What truly happened behind closed doors? Who orchestrated the feud? And what secrets did the family keep from the public eye? The answers remain elusive, but the impact of LaToya's departure continues to intrigue fans and historians alike. Family under pressure behind the polished image of the world's most famous musical family, tension had already begun to build long before the cameras rolled. In the 1993 For the Record with Bev Smith interview, the Jackson family united to defend Toya Jackson while blaming her then-husband Jack Gordon for the growing rift. Toya Jackson accused Gordon of manipulating Toya and turning her against the family, insisting that the public was not hearing her true voice.
She has a husband named Jack Gordon who's known to be a criminal, served time. He's a gangster, a pimp type of guy.
Tito emphasized that his love for his sister had never changed and expressed hope that the family would eventually reunite. Meanwhile, Catherine Jackson spoke emotionally about her close bond with Toya before she left home. She rejected the allegations made against the family, claimed Gordon had attempted to extort money by threatening to release a book, and maintained that Toya had been influenced by outside forces. Together, the family presented a united front, showing loyalty, concern, and unwavering support for Toya. Despite the public controversy, the Encino vault inside the heavily guarded gates of Havenhurst, absolute perfection masked an environment of absolute terror. Growing up in Gary, Indiana, and later the opulent family compound in Encino, California, Toya Jackson lived under a strict regime of total isolation. Patriarch Joseph Jackson demanded flawless execution from his children, establishing an industrial complex built on the psychological and physical destruction of its young performers. While the public consumed the joyful image of Motown's premier sibling act, the family structure operated under religious and paternal constraints. Toya, who frequently went door to door with her brother Michael to preach as Jehovah's Witnesses, developed a deeply conservative personality.
What kind of a person are you? Are you outgoing or shy?
No, I'm very shy.
Mother Catherine Jackson noted in her autobiography that Toya was so modest, she routinely severed ties with friends who wore revealing clothing. Yet, the pressure within the household mounted continuously as the sibling group transformed into a global multi-million-dollar commodity. Behind the glamorous publicity shoots, multiple siblings suffered severe psychological trauma, causing the family dynasty to fragment. Solo star emerges. The first solo record promised freedom, but success created pressures that no audience could see. The self-titled 1980 debut album by Toya Jackson was released by Polydor Records. The project, which incorporated modern pop elements, introduced a performer who was adamant about carving out a niche for herself apart from the Jackson family name. Singles such as If You Feel the Funk achieved moderate international success. The critics acknowledged her vocal style while inevitably comparing every release to Michael Jackson's rapidly ascending career. Television appearances increased throughout the early 1980s. Toya was described in magazine interviews as approachable, optimistic, and eager to prove that the Jackson family had talent beyond its biggest stars. Commercial success remained modest compared with her brother's achievements, but the album marked an important turning point. For the first time, Toya controlled much of her own public image and career direction. Growing independence brought new professional relationships, including one man whose influence would eventually dominate her public life. Blood in Italy. 6 months into a fraudulent marriage, an Italian hotel room became a horrific crime scene. By early 1990, the illusion of a collaborative partnership evaporated completely, replaced by a brutal regime of physical confinement. While traveling in Italy, Toya Jackson confronted Jack Gordon, demanding an immediate annulment of their non-consummated marriage. The request triggered an explosion of unbridled rage. Gordon allegedly grabbed Jackson and slammed her head against a heavy table, vowing to keep her in the relationship. Shortly thereafter, international paparazzi photographed Jackson appearing in public with severe, deep black bruises surrounding both eyes. To control the narrative, Gordon immediately issued statements to the global press claiming the injuries resulted from a random home invasion by unknown intruders. In reality, the assault served as a brutal demonstration of absolute ownership. From then on, Gordon banned Jackson's phone calls, monitored her mail, and sent armed bodyguards to ensure she never spoke to any Jackson family member. Breaking the silence. Toya Jackson had spent years hiding bruises behind makeup and fear behind rehearsed smiles. Now, In the glare of a Las Vegas courtroom, she finally spoke the truth. The lawsuit detailed everything. The slaps, the punches, the nights she was forced to perform topless under threat of more violence. Her estranged husband, Jack Gordon, denied it all with the same cold defiance she'd seen each time she tried to resist. LaToya remembered the sting of bottles and the chilling crack of a chair. She remembered the humiliation, the forced magazine shoots, and the feeling of being owned. Reporters flooded the room, scribbling notes as attorneys argued over millions made from her pain. Jack insisted he'd only ever hit her in self-defense, claiming she'd attacked him first. But LaToya knew the truth, and for the first time, she refused to be silent. As the judge signed the restraining order, she realized her fight for freedom had finally begun. Act of liberation. The gavel cracked like a gunshot, shattering a decade of terror. In March 1998, inside a tense Nevada courtroom, pop royalty LaToya Jackson faced her ultimate monster, Jack Gordon. For years, he was her manager, husband, and captor, ruling her life through brutal violence, extortion, and psychological warfare. He had stolen her freedom, her fortune, and even her identity, branding her with his own last name. But Judge Carl J. Christensen was about to change everything. With a single definitive stroke of the legal pen, the court did the unthinkable. It didn't just grant a divorce or order a massive $350,000 judgment. It executed the ultimate act of liberation, the erasing of the Gordon name. Stripped of his stolen power, a permanent injunction banished the predator forever. This video is the breathtaking true story of survival, a pop star's daring escape from a living nightmare, and the legal battle that finally gave LaToya Jackson her name back. Obsessed with plastic surgery, every public appearance reignited the same question. What explained the remarkable transformation that fascinated tabloids for decades? Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, intense public attention focused on LaToya Jackson's changing appearance. Entertainment media, gossip publications, and online commentators frequently compared photographs from different stages of her career, fueling widespread speculation about cosmetic procedures. LaToya rarely discussed specific medical procedures in detail. Public interviews generally emphasized personal confidence, health, makeup, styling, and the pressures of living under constant scrutiny. Without direct confirmation from LaToya regarding many of the procedures attributed to her, much of the discussion remained speculative. Plastic surgeons who commented in media reports typically based opinions solely on publicly available photographs rather than personal examinations. Such assessments represented professional speculation, not verified medical fact. The fascination reflected a broader pattern experienced by several members of the Jackson family, whose appearances often became subjects of intense public analysis. Verified facts remained limited. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Now back to the next. The deep realization. Studio lights illuminated a pivotal moment. LaToya Jackson faced the world on ABC's program. Voice steady, gaze unwavering. The truth was revealed with every word being thrown into the turbulent sea of public opinion. Years of silence and fear dissolved during that interview. No shadow of Jack Gordon remained. Only the facts of a harrowing ordeal surfaced. Extreme domestic abuse, relentless coercion, and death threats defined that dark era. Forced lies scripted under duress finally met the cleansing air of honesty. Past allegations stood exposed as weapons wielded by a manipulator. Family loyalty anchored every statement, with LaToya's conviction radiating through the broadcast. A powerful retraction echoed across living rooms nationwide, setting the record straight as Michael cleared his name in front of millions of people. His supporters' support remained unwavering. That night, the Jackson bond withstood public scrutiny, and the truth long buried emerged. The spotlight faded, but the courage of confession endured, reshaping a legacy forever. Appearance at Michael's funeral. Michael Jackson's final ensemble radiated stardom, even in death. LaToya Jackson stood among silent mourners at Forest Lawn, heart pounding with memories and grief. Makeup flawless, hair perfectly arranged. Michael rested in peace. every detail chosen with love. Stones placed gently by Paris. Sunglasses and the iconic glove nestled beside him completed the tribute. Flashbulbs outside the chapel captured sorrow. But inside, the hush spoke louder. LaToya's hand signed the death certificate, her role shifting from sister to guardian in a single moment. Family gathered, sharing whispered prayers and tears, guarding the legacy of a brother gone too soon. Each and every tribute, each and every personal effect, and each and every final gesture all attested to a legacy that goes beyond life. As the casket was being closed, LaToya looked for comfort in the rituals, knowing that no spotlight could truly capture the magnitude of this farewell or the anguish of letting go. Life with LaToya. Cameras rolled as LaToya Jackson opened the doors to a world the headlines never captured. Viewers watched as she navigated a new home, weighed business risks, and took tentative steps back into dating. Laughter mixed with anxiety in each episode, with honest moments disrupting the glamour so often expected from a Jackson. Daily routines revealed vulnerability tucked behind makeup and designer clothes. The wounds of the past, including feelings of loss and betrayal, surfaced in conversations with friends. Scenes shifted from boardrooms to quiet corners where dreams of family and belonging resurfaced. Old wounds reemerged, yet hope threaded through every setback and new beginning. There was a heavy burden of expectation on every choice, big and small. The cameras caught more than just famous people. They caught people's struggles with self-esteem and their desire for real relationships. As the series unfolded, a resilient spirit emerged, determined to write a different ending and prove that healing, though hard won, remained possible. Deep bond with mother. Behind the closed doors of the Jackson dynasty, LaToya and Catherine shared a bond forged in fierce loyalty, fractured by external manipulation, and ultimately healed by unconditional love. As a quiet child, LaToya clung tightly to Catherine's side, famously declaring her mother her absolute best friend. Catherine, in turn, fiercely shielded her daughter's gentle, introverted nature from the chaotic world of hyperfame. However, intense darkness broke their sanctuary when outside forces isolated LaToya from her family, forcing her into global headlines. Separation was heartbreaking for mother and daughter. Yet, a mother's devotion knew no boundaries. When LaToya finally broke free from that toxic isolation, Catherine did not hesitate, immediately welcoming her daughter back with open arms. They spent the ensuing decades rebuilding their world. Today, from their joyful reality television moments to quiet family milestones, LaToya remains by Catherine's side as her devoted companion and caregiver, proving that their ultimate connection remains entirely unbreakable. Playboy cover LaToya. One bold decision can ignite a firestorm and alter reputations overnight. LaToya Jackson's appearance in Playboy's March 1989 issue stunned the world. A radical departure from a carefully maintained, wholesome image. After years of family fame and personal struggle, Jackson's tasteful but provocative pose became a declaration of independence. The photo essay, though modest by magazine standards, sent shockwaves through her family and the media, sparking fierce debates and intense scrutiny. Discord within the family and massive payouts were rumored to be taking place. The alleged disapproval of Michael Jackson and the outrage she experienced from her parents only served to further fuel the spectacle.
You love.
I was highly impressed with the work that he put into it and how he delivered it.
Amidst controversy and tabloid frenzy, manager Jack Gordon claimed this move would catapult her to international stardom, likening her boldness to icons like Marilyn Monroe. The episode not only challenged perceptions, but also marked a turning point in Jackson's career, underscoring the cost and power of personal liberation in the relentless glare of fame, mystery, and positivity. Whispers of worry ripple through social media as LaToya Jackson's recent appearance reignites speculation about her health. Fans, alarmed by her noticeably slender frame, raised questions after a December Instagram post drew attention to her thinness. Instead of shying away, Jackson responded with grace, posting a new video in the same outfit and offering a message of love and positivity. I hear you. I see you. I send you love.
Negligence.
My total belief is that Dr. Murray was just the fall guy simply because he knew what was going on.
Her persistent public pressure kept the case at the absolute forefront of global news, ensuring that local authorities faced intense, unrelenting scrutiny when the Los Angeles County coroner officially ruled Michael's death a homicide caused by acute propofol intoxication. LaToya felt vindicated, though she steadfastly maintained that Murray was merely the fall guy for a much larger, hidden conspiracy. LaToya Jackson's journey reflects survival, strength, and transformation beyond the headlines. Through pain, controversy, and reinvention, she reclaimed her voice and identity in a world that often misunderstood her. Her story continues to evolve, reminding us that resilience can emerge even from the darkest chapters, and truth always finds a way back into light.